now I'm going to bring in our last discussant for the day before we leave the floor open for everyone to contribute. So, and I want to encourage you, I noticed that so many of us don't even know about the existence of our website where you can see information. So today I'm deliberately just reading a little so you can go there and see the people that we have. Dr. Mrs. Omolara Akanji. She has worked with the Central Bank of Nigeria as a director of the Trade and Exchange Department with the responsibility of ensuring the management of the foreign exchange market and efficient conduct of the trade regulations, such as the International Trade Finance, Trade Malpractices Committee, and the conduct of the Wholesale Dutch Action and Liberation. Before I bring her in, let me stop sharing my screen for a second. And then I will share my screen once more. Just a moment. Mrs. Dr. Omolara Akanji. Currently, I think it was mentioned earlier, if I'm not mistaken, but I want to show it to you on the screen. Okay, so let's go. Yes, so we have to congratulate her as she comes on board to speak, because we are very proud at Talking Trade and Investment Global. As she mentioned, that we are part of the reasons why she got this appointment. She's now an ICC, that is International Chamber of Commerce, elect. She has been elected to its executive board. The International Chamber of Commerce headquarters is in Paris. They have announced the election of Dr. Omolara Akanji as part of the 5 new board to its 27-member executive board. Please, I bring in Dr. Omolara Akanji. Congratulations is in order. Please share your congratulations on the chat forum. Thank you, Dr. Akanji. You have the floor.
Thank you, Lady K. Thank you very much. I appreciate that Greek, and I think we are making impact. The discourse had been very interesting. The floating of Naira and its impact on trade. I want to thank Dr. Olowo Kere and Dr. Wilson for their submission. I think we are in a kind of whirlwind, which we need to be careful about. A situation where we are not looking at the prices that rules an economy, and we just go on and float Naira. As much as it is going to, it seems to be helping the non-oil export, but it has its own damaging effect, even on the non-oil exports. Because if you look at the 3 prices that runs an economy, we look at the interest rate, we look at exchange rate, and we look at the inflation rate. As we speak, inflation rate had gone over 22, 23 point something percent. As at May, it was 22.41%. And it has not, started going down. In developed economy, the inflation rate is, is not even getting to double digits. So in the cost of production of all these non-oil commodity that you want to export, it's very high. And so it has a negative impact in the pricing of that commodity in the importing country. Any commodity from Nigeria that is exported from Nigeria is not competitive because of the cost of production. That is one. The second point is the fact that financing of entrepreneur. Majority of those who are in the export are in the informal sector. Financing, getting loan from the bank is not very easy because the interest rate had gone up double digits. Even with the support from the central bank and all that, a lot of corruption was alluded to that. But that is not what we are discussing now. What I'm trying to emphasize is that the cost of production has not helped the pricing of our non-oil export in the export market. Leaving that the condition, I also want to talk about not just floating of Naira. I want to talk about the economic and monetary policy, because all these policies had to, and trade policy. Fortunately, the trade policy for 2022 to 2027 had been approved, but we need to digest and see how that will impact with the new policy of exchange rate, because it is not just commodity market, it is also the market that comes from other countries to Nigeria, trade by my neighbor's country. You need to know that when you are exporting to Ghana and Ghana is importing from you, you have a kind of total total trade that is beneficial to the two countries. So for me, I just want to say that we need to also look at the economic policy and the monetary policy. Apart from the monetary policy, we also need to look at the rationale for why the currency is being floated. The rationale that has been brought into situation is that the economic rationale for a floating exchange rate as against fixed exchange rate is that the floating exchange rate adjusts automatically and enables a country to dampen the effect of shocks and foreign business cycles and to preempt the possibility of having a balance of payment crisis. Because we are already having that crisis. We have a lot of debt in foreign currency, and now our balance of payment crisis has become so huge. So floating currency has an advantage in that direction. However, they also endanger unpredictability as a result of their variability, which can render business planning risky because you don't know what price you're going to use to do your production. So it's a risk as it were, because the future exchange rate during the period of your processing has not been determined. So more importantly is the fact that a floating exchange rate will work perfectly where the exchange rate and the monetary policy and free capital improvement, capital importation is allowed. If you allow capital importation and then you have a free monetary policy, then you float your exchange rate, it will work perfectly well, because like I said, three prices rule the economy. You cannot fix the three prices, or you cannot allow the three prices to just be running a riot. So that is why a floating exchange rate will work perfectly well where you have free monetary policy and capital movement, capital importation. And we have seen that capital importation happening, but it is not the kind of capital importation that we want to see. It's like a fly-in, fly-out importation of capital, because they just come into the stock market, buy the cheapest stock, and when it is matured, they fly back their money. So that kind of thing is what we should look at. The direct investment flow is not, capital direct investment flow is not yet coming into this economy. So this is my own area of discussion, because I need to buy away from the non-oil impact and whatever. Production, cost of production, monetary policy impact, and the foreign direct inflow as it were in the economy. So the expected process to float Naira had not been done. It had not been done. We just had pronouncements and everybody went haywire. The process had not been put in place. So it is like a jigsaw, because central bank itself cannot even, they are not even yet ready. They don't know what they are doing as it were. You recall that they banned Bureau de Change. Bureau de Change is the third level of the market. I want to say that. And if Bureau de Change can be restructured and make it to do what it's supposed to do, like Travelex is doing in UK, we will have stability with free floats that we are putting in place. But because of the corrupt level of managing our economy, most of the people that are supposed to be supervising this Bureau de Change are also buying licenses and are trading in Bureau de Change. So the money is not moving to where it's supposed to move. Secondly, the diaspora fund could have supported the Bureau de Change so efficiently and effectively. As we speak, I want to say that, I don't have the figure here, I want to say that Naira is undervalued. It's undervalued. And, you know, I'm not talking from the strength of numbers now, but I know that the Naira rate that we are running now is not the actual rate. And a lot of people are making money. Those who have stock dollar, they are making money out of this depreciated Naira, heavily depreciated Naira. What the impact that heavy depreciation is supposed to do for export is not happening, because the cost of production of a pound of cocoa is too high. The infrastructure is not there, and the port services is poor. So we need to, you know, sit down and do everything and look at all the policies dimensions so that none will somersault, and look at the prices that runs the economy so that we can have an effective impact on this policy that can and should help the economy. I think I will stop at that. Thank you.